Hi guys, what's up? So I'm back again with another video, and we're back with another edition of Thursday Mass Effect Talk with your host Fian MA2. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and that, if this is the first time you've like seen one of my videos, like welcome. Any Mass Effect fan is welcome to this channel, or if you're a gaming fan in general, but you're starting to get an interest in Mass Effect, then why not? This is a channel for you. Also, just before I get into this week's edition, right, I have reinstalled the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, so possibly sometime today, maybe, I might actually do a little bit of recording, so we should be going back to daily videos again very soon and that, because I think when it comes to general gaming at the moment, I'm a little bit bored at the minute, so now that I'm kind of getting bored with general gaming, I think this was probably the perfect time to get back to Mass Effect 3 and get the grinding going again and get some content going again. So yeah, I'm going to do a lot of videos, recording. So like I said, I'll get back to the daily uploads. Sometimes there might be one video a day, sometimes there might be two, and that maybe one in the morning, one in the night, and that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do in that, because like I said, I plan to do a lot of recording. I'll upload one one early video and then one video maybe on the night or something, and that's all. We'll go about 2 videos a day. Obviously on a Thursday, and that this is the only video I do on a Thursday. This always stays the same. The Thursday, the Thursday Mass Effect Talk, and that. But obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that we will go back to hopefully 2 videos, and that's what I plan to do, a bit of recording. So yeah. So anyway, enough about that. So this week's edition of Thursday Mass Effect Talk, I want to talk a little bit about Mass Effect 5. Now, the last time I spoke about this, I was talking about the whole 8 years of nothing, with BioWare, right? So I just wanted to talk about, is Mass Effect 5 going to really deliver when it finally does come out, or is it going to be one massive flop? Now, I try not to be very negative on that when it comes to games and that. I mean, I can be maybe a little bit pessimistic or maybe a bit negative when it comes to other things and that. But when it comes to gaming and Mass Effect in general, I tend to be as positive as I can. But I did do that video before, and it was basically almost a bit of a rant and that, a BioWare. And I love BioWare. I respect them, and that I really do, and that, because they give us Mass Effect, which is my favourite game franchise of all time, and obviously Mass Effect 2 being my favourite game of all time. But it's just, I'm just a little bit worried and concerned, right? I mean, don't get us wrong, I am excited at the same time, even though I don't think we'll get Mass Effect 5 probably for another year or 2 at this rate, but I am excited, but I am sceptical as well, because Christ and that, I mean, it's technically, by the time this comes out, right, it'll be almost 9, 10, maybe 11 years since Andromeda, right? It's going to be possibly nearly 15, 16 years since Mass Effect 3. Now, that's the thing, right? I know Mass Effect 5 is going to have a little connection to Andromeda, by the sounds of it. It seems like it is going to be in the Andromeda system, but it's going to be a true, proper sequel to Mass Effect 3, but with Andromeda connections. That's what it seems like. So, if it is a true sequel to Mass Effect 3, it's a long gap from Mass Effect 3 and that. And I'm not counting the whole Legendary Edition or anything, because, yes, I know the Legendary Edition came out after Andromeda, but that doesn't count because it's just a remastered version of the trilogy, and the last time we got the trilogy was Mass Effect 3, which is, 2013? And that's, 2013, 2014? So yeah, like I said, it's going to be nearly 15, 16, year by the time Mass Effect 5 comes out, and I just, worry, and that, is it just going to be, one of the biggest letdowns of all time? And I hate to say that, being a hardcore Mass Effect fan, I really do. It's just also the problems that BioWare's had behind the scenes because of the Dragon Age games. Like I said, I don't know a great deal about the whole Dragon Age games because I've never played them or anything, but I know that, was it Dragon Age, Velogarden that, had a lot of problems and that, it didn't meet people's expectations. and I know there's been I know like Casey Hudson has come back into BioWare to try and help in that with the new game, right? But it does seem like there has been they've changed writers and stuff behind the scenes and stuff that so it's new people coming on board and that. So are they going to stay true to the Mass Effect lore, or are they going to try and mess things up completely and that? I don't know, but it's just sometimes, whether it's a video game or whether it's a film, right? Sometimes if there's a big massive gap between the last one to the next one, sometimes it could be a good thing, but then but also it can be a bit of a negative as well. And I just feel to be fair than that, the gap from Mass Effect 3 and Andromeda wasn't really that bad, because Andromeda came out, what was it, 2017, so 14, 15, 16, it was only 4 years between the end of the trilogy to the standalone game of obviously Andromeda, which isn't too bad. Now I was kind of hoping that after Andromeda, or like I said, we got the Legendary Edition a couple of years after, right? The Legendary Edition, and that came out, what was it, 2021, 2022 or something? But after Andromeda, you're hoping again the gap might only be about 4, 5, 6 years, and that. But obviously, as it stands right now, it's 8 years, after Andromeda. But obviously, the Mass Effect 5 is still nowhere near coming out yet. Like I says, we'll be lucky if we see it in 2026, 2027, maybe even longer. So it's going to be 10 plus years at this rate by the time it comes out. And I just feel for a video game, especially with a company where a lot of criticism is starting to come their way, and a lot of hardcore fans of BioWare, and obviously bigger fans of me, because like I says, I only focus on Mass Effect when it comes to BioWare, but obviously there's big massive BioWare fans that have played loads of games, obviously Dragon Age fans for example, but it does seem they are under immense pressure to really deliver from Mass Effect 5, and I'm still calling it Mass Effect 5. I'm not calling it Mass Effect 4. I know some people are calling it Mass Effect 4, but I've said this many times in videos in the past. I can't call it Mass Effect 4 because even though Andromeda is not fully connected to the trilogy, it is the 4th game in the franchise, so that's why I am calling it Mass Effect 5. I'm not calling it Mass Effect 4. So if you have a problem with that, then I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just the way I am. But no, if you want to call it Mass Effect 4, obviously that's entirely up to you and stuff. I'm not going to hold it against you, but for me, it's Mass Effect 5, so I'm right. but yeah, it really has to deliver, and that honestly, it's going to go one or two ways. It's either going to be what Mass Effect's needed, and it's going to get the franchise going. Like I said, I didn't mind Andromeda. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good as the trilogy, but I still enjoyed it as a standalone game. If you treat it as its own thing, I think you can get a lot of fun out of Andromeda. If you try to compare it too much to the trilogy, I think you're going to hate it, unfortunately. But I liked Andromeda. So, like I said, for me, it's a 7, 8 out of 10 game, whereas the trilogy altogether is a 10, and that, you know what I mean? But yeah, Mass Effect 5, it's either going to be Game of the Year contender, it's going to blow people away, and it's going to be right up there with the trilogy, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic, or it's going to be a huge disappointment because of the gap between the last game, and also the fact that there's been a lot of changes behind the scenes of BioWare, and a lot of uncertainty, and it's going to be maybe even more of a public letdown than what Andromeda was. I hope that's not the case, because I really want Mass Effect 5 to deliver. Ideally, I want the game to come out now, because I've waited far too long. I want some fresh Mass Effect to sink my teeth into. But obviously, that's not the case. You could look at it as a positive, the fact that they don't want to rush it, and they want to make sure that they take the time and bring out the best version of Mass Effect that they can do. If that's the case, right, then yeah, take all the time you need and make sure it's perfect. But at the same time, if it does backfire, and it is a huge disappointment. Like, then you'd be thinking, you've had like almost like, by the time it comes out, like you've had nearly 10 plus years to work on this game, and that, like, after Andromeda, you've had all this time to work on this game. How could it be like not ready, and how come you haven't gotten it to like perfection when you've had plenty of time to work on it? So it's a funny one. And that, honestly, you could just look at the whole situation like two different ways, and that, like I said, it's either going to be one of the best games of all time, not just like to try and be on the same level as the trilogy. It's either going to be one of the best games ever made, or you could look at it as like a few like different ways. It's either going to be one of the best games ever made, because by the time it comes out, there will be next gen consoles and that, like, it's looking that way. So it's either going to be one of the best games of all time, one of the best next gen games of all time, or it's just going to be decent, but it's nothing special, or it's going to be an absolute massive flop. I think it's either going to be like the first or third scenario. It's either going to be brilliant, like exceptional game of the year contender, or it's going to flop, just because of the time that it's taken, and also because of like a lot of changes that's happened, and a lot of like controversy and that, and skepticism, and a lot of criticism that has come has gone like BioWare's like direction like in the last couple of years. So I'm excited, I'm skeptical, but I really want it to work. I really do. Oh, also as well, in that, like, I think we're kind of like just desperate for a new trailer, aren't we? Because the last trailer that we got of like that person like with like the whole N7 and that, but almost came across like they looked like an assassin or something. What was that now? 2-3 years ago now or something? I think we are in need of a new trailer and that, like something and that. When we do get this new trailer, or maybe like a little bit of gameplay or something like exclusive, I will bring a video like straight away. But until then, all people can do is just debate, have opinions, have their say on their own channels, and that, like, debate with other people, and just like say what we think may or may not happen. That's all we can do at the minute. So yeah. But yeah, guys, you guys let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And that's like, how do you feel Mass Effect 5 is going to go? Do you think it's going to deliver? Do you think it's going to be like a masterpiece, or do you think because of all the problems that there's been and the whole like the gap between the last game like to this one, do you think it's going to flop? I'm interested to know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so like I said, I'm going to get back to some recording like sometime like today. Like get back to uploading like a couple of videos like a day. Like get back to weekly schedules and stuff. And yeah, so just keep an eye on the channel for any time like I upload and that. Obviously, I won't be uploading anything today because, like I said, like Thursdays is just for one of these videos. But tomorrow and onwards, I should be like bringing out some more videos and that. So keep an eye out for all that. So yeah. So stay safe, look after yourselves, enjoy the rest of your day and night wherever you are, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, peace.